Hello everyone, welcome to my channel today. Have you ever wondered, if your time was counting down, what would truly matter? How precious would those things we postpone every day become? Today, in our series If I Had Only 1 Year to Live, we'll explore a magical journey, the journey of reading. Not to wallow in sadness or regret, but to awaken, to live fully in each present moment through the colorful pages of books. This isn't just a collection of thoughts, but a call to action, for you and me to live a life without regrets, with an enriched and open mind. Let's begin this journey together. I used to rarely read books. I always thought I was too busy, had no time, and so the books just piled up on my shelf, gathering dust. But when I imagined the final year of my life, strangely enough, reading books was one of the first things that came to mind. Why books? Why not travel the world? Skydive from planes? Or do crazy things I've never dared to do before? Because, my friends, books aren't just pages with thousands of words. Books are the most wonderful time machines humanity has ever created. In just 1 year, with 12 books, I could live dozens of different lives, travel through centuries, explore the vast universe, or immerse myself in the most beautiful loves in the world. I have a friend who was diagnosed with a serious illness a few years ago. The first thing he did was make a list of books he always wanted to read but never had time for. He told me, "Each book I read is another life I get to live. A window into a world I might not have the chance to explore with my own feet anymore." The miracle was, after completing his reading list and miraculously overcoming his illness, he became a completely different person. More profound, more peaceful, and filled with more love for life than ever before. Reading 1 book a month isn't an overly ambitious goal, but its power is extraordinary. Studies have shown that regular reading not only reduces stress by up to 68%, but also improves memory, increases empathy, and can even extend lifespan. Regular readers may live up to 2 years longer than non-readers. So if you had only 1 year to live, spending time on 12 books isn't a waste. It's a way to live more, deeper, and more fully in the time you have left. But how do we turn this idea into reality? How do we maintain the habit of reading 1 book each month when life is still busy with work, family, and hundreds of other things demanding our attention? First, start by choosing books. Don't choose books you think you should read. Choose those that truly make your heart flutter, those that when you pick them up, you feel an indescribable excitement. It could be an adventure novel you've been yearning for, the autobiography of someone you admire, or a book about the universe you've always been curious about. The important thing is that you genuinely want to read it. I have a method called the 20-page rule. For each book, commit to reading at least the first 20 pages. If after 20 pages you don't feel engaged, be bold enough to put it down and choose another. Life is too short to spend on books that don't move you. Next, create a fixed reading time. It could be 20 minutes before bed, 15 minutes during lunch break, or 30 minutes on Sunday morning with a fragrant cup of coffee. Our brains love habits, and when you stick to the schedule, reading will gradually become as natural as breathing. A small trick I found very effective is the sandwich method. I place reading between 2 activities I do every day. For instance, after brushing my teeth and before going to bed, I'll read at least 10 pages. This way, I don't need to remember to read. It becomes a natural part of my daily routine. To overcome time constraints, take advantage of dead moments throughout your day. Time on the bus, waiting for appointments, or even 10 minutes before you start cooking. These small moments, when added up, can give you 30 to 45 minutes of reading time each day. If you find physical books challenging, audiobooks are a great solution. You can listen to books while exercising, doing housework, or during long journeys. Many people even combine physical books, ebooks, and audiobooks to optimize their reading time. And don't forget the power of community. Join a book club, invite friends to read a book together, or share your thoughts on social media. Sharing your reading experience not only creates motivation but also broadens your understanding through others' perspectives. When I think about reading 1 book each month in a final year, I realize it's not just about consuming information or entertainment. It's about living actively with an open mind. Writer Marcel Proust once said, "Reading is living thousands of lives in one lifetime." In this digital age with short, disconnected, and shallow bits of information, immersing oneself in a book is a revolutionary act. It's how we reclaim control of our time and attention, our most valuable assets in life. There's a story about an old man in Africa who, when asked why he was always peaceful and happy despite a life full of hardships, replied, "I read books every day. When I read about others' difficulties and how they overcome them, I learn that my problems aren't unique. When I read about their successes and failures, I know that everything will pass. And when I read about humanity's great ideas, I understand that we are all part of something greater." Reading books isn't just how we expand our knowledge, but also how we expand our hearts. Research has shown that reading literature can increase empathy by up to 30%, an incredibly important skill in a world that's increasingly polarized and lonely. Science has also proven that reading books helps reduce the risk of Alzheimer's by up to 35%. But it doesn't stop there. It also improves sleep quality, reduces anxiety, and enhances concentration, all essential factors for happiness and mental health. When I think about having only 1 year to live, I want it to be a year with a clear mind, an open heart, and a nourished soul. I want to connect with the great people who lived before me through their words. I want to understand more deeply about this world, about myself, and about those I love. And perhaps, reading books in a final year isn't about preparing for death, but about learning to live more fully in the time we have left. As poet Mary Oliver wrote, "What you need to do is love the world, love it fiercely." And for me, reading books is a way to love this world, to love each story, each idea, each person with all my heart. And now I want to challenge all of you watching this video. In the next 7 days, start reading a book you've always wanted to read but have been postponing. Just 15 minutes each day. Less time than you spend scrolling through social media. Take a photo of the book you choose and share it in the comments. Each day, spend those 15 minutes and record your feelings. After 7 days, come back and share the changes you've felt. If you're busy, try listening to audiobooks while commuting. If you always forget to read, place the book next to your phone so every time you pick up your phone, you'll see the book. And remember, there's no book you must read. Choose what truly interests you. Could be fantasy fiction, a cookbook, or even comics. What matters isn't what you read, but that you start reading. Life isn't measured by the number of years we live, but by how we live those years. Imagine a year from now, looking back and smiling because you didn't let those stories, ideas, and lives in the pages pass by without grasping them. Each book is a seed, and when we plant these seeds in our minds, they sprout into ideas, discoveries, and changes we might never have imagined. If this video has given you a new perspective, leave a comment about your experience. Each like, each share is motivation for me to continue this series, spreading meaningful things to more people. Don't forget to subscribe to not miss the next episode in the series, If I Had Only 1 Year to Live. Because whether time is long or short, what matters most is how we use it. See you next week with the topic, If I Had Only 1 Year to Live, I would write a letter to each person I love. Remember, each moment is a gift. Open it with all appreciation.